Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. It's channel talk time. So I'm going to read a couple of your comments today. Let's share moments together. Questions, energies, thoughts, everything. So let's see. First, I'm going to read a comment by Opal Shades. How you doing, Opal Shades, sweetie? On my Chanel Price Miracle video. Very interesting piece of information indeed. It's also worthwhile to notice that Chanel didn't explicitly mention this either. We're talking about the fact that only one, like there was a price increase in Europe, but only one bag, one timeless classic, double flap, small, didn't go up in price. It actually went down in price, which is a Chanel price miracle because it decreased €110 cheaper it is now than it used to be, which is insane for Chanel. Unlike their price increase, probably thinking it could have damaged their perceived brand value. I'm also wondering whether they made the minis seasonal in order to push clients who wanted a smaller flap with classic leather, hardware combinations toward the small instead, considering it would make them a lot more money, given the price difference. Actually, I would love to hear your opinion about the reason behind Chanel's decision to make minis seasonal in general. Why exactly did it occur? Any official and or behind the scenes information about it? Happy early birthday. Thank you so much, Opal Shades. How you doing? Yeah, it's not my birthday yet, but it's coming up. Month of June is the birthday month. Ooh, I'm wearing Vivienne Westwood, by the way. Don't be surprised. Like, this is her Destroy sweater. The concept is destruction, and it's about destroying capitalism. And anyway, I made a video on it. You could check that out too. Let's get back to, I love this piece. This is my favorite Vivienne Westwood piece, by the way. So first of all, the minis, whether they be rectangular or square, they are not a seasonal bag. They are a carryover bag. They're considered classics. They're not available on the Chanel website for viewing, I think because they are cheaper than the double flaps. And Chanel, as much as they keep telling us that they want, to limit the production of the timeless classics and what have you, because they don't want to flood the market with them, they still want us to purchase them because they're the most expensive bags. So of course they're going to show them off on their website. They're not going to show off the minis because the minis are cheaper. Yes, they're single flaps. They're really, really interesting bags. I have a square mini in jersey. It's leather on the inside, jersey on the outside, and I love it a lot. And yes, it was way cheaper than a double flap would be. Almost half the price. Actually, half the price. Well, now not anymore because the small double flap went decreased. But, truth be told, the minis are not seasonal. They are classics. They're always in rotation and in production. The only thing is they're not advertised on their website, or super rarely are. And within the boutiques, for Chanel collectors, for people who love Chanel bags and who follow, Chanel bag forums and purse forums, they know that these are very coveted bags because they are cheaper. So there's always a waiting list for them. They always sell out super quick. For some odd reason, Chanel boutiques do not order as many. I have figured out one thing though, that as far as the timeless classics go and the reissues, like the really classic ones, the lambskins in beige, the black lambskins, as well as the caviars, the reissues and calfskin, the 255 reissues, the boutiques basically do not order them. Chanel ships them over when they're done, like when they're made. So they keep receiving them all year long. So, their whole kind of system of quantities, like the quantity they have in stock, their stock is always monitored by Mother Chanel. And so if a certain boutique runs out of a certain bag, Chanel kind of delivers new ones. Like they stock up on those. That's how it works with the carryover bags. So, chances are, I haven't figured out the secret of like how often they get, delivered. Probably 31 Rue CAMBON gets them on a regular basis, almost daily, or maybe even daily. But other boutiques worldwide, there's probably some sort of scheduling how they kind of ship their bags and stuff like that. But this means that they have their timeless classics on rotation. As far as the minis are concerned, Minis play a lot with seasonal colors and materials. Like, you won't find the classic Chanel jersey bag in mini every season. I was lucky to have found one. I didn't even look for it, and it was there. But usually they're made in leather. And you can't, the colors that they the colors that they always make, it's going to be black, there's going to be a navy, and there's going to be a hue of red. And then the others might vary, seasonal colors, come and go. But I have a sneaky suspicion that perhaps the Chanel boutique does not really order the minis, just as they do not order the classics. So Chanel just ships them over to them. Might not be true, but the kind of Chanel boutiques I usually go to and visit, it's strange because I know a lot of customers and they all ask for these bags, and yet the boutique never really actively orders any of the classic minis. They usually order the seasonal ones that also play, with materials like the aged calfskin version that was out in summer, like the all black or the so black. I didn't like the leather at all. I didn't like that color. But anyway, like that one was orderable. But the classic leathers and colors weren't and never really are. It's like they either get sent by the mothership or they don't. But they are not seasonal. They are considered classics. And they are going up in price considerably. And more often so than the other classics. So what other question was in your question? Oh, unlike their price increases, probably thinking it could have damaged their perceived brand value. Yeah, they did not promote the fact that one bag was decreased in price because it's embarrassing in a way. I mean, it's embarrassing for them. Yes, it can lower kind of the perception we have of the value of the brand. And also, for whoever purchased this bag right before the price increase, which turned out to be a decrease, lost 110 euro, literally. So I say to all of you, whoever purchased it, and you're still within your 4 weeks return policy time, bring it back. Even if they don't give you the cash, bring it back, rebuy it for the new price, and take home a voucher of 110 euro. What can I tell you? Moving on. Daniel, sweetie, Daniel Hammond, how you doing? Maybe to celebrate the price decrease, you could buy one in a new color. If it hasn't gone up by 2018, it is a lovely bag. I get why people favor the jumbo, but if I was able to carry Chanel, I would go for a smaller size since I get annoyed carrying around so much weight. I have enough excess weight around my waist. And I too hope your birthday celebrations last all month. Thank you so much, Daniel. Well, no, I will not be getting a small again. I got a small 2 years ago and I love it. And that's the one I have. I don't feel the need to get another one. But as I told you in the comments, it is birthday time, and there is, I have this sneaky suspicion that something is coming, birthday present, and it is Chanel related from the family. That's another bit of news. So I think I figured it out, but whatever. I'm thrilled, but we'll have to see. So a lot of things, I can't say too much really, because whoever's, the people interested might be watching. So I still know nothing, but I have a suspicion, but I can't say too much because I don't want to ruin it for myself either. You know what I mean? The surprise. I mean, oh my God, I said too much. Did I? I don't know. Anyway, I'm super excited because I'm not 100% sure exactly what. I think I overheard a little bird chirping the other week. But whatever, I'm just super excited no matter what. I mean, I'm expecting like a lot. So maybe it ain't going to be a lot of that. So I don't want to expect too much because I don't want to be disappointed, obviously. But you know what I mean. So stay tuned. I'm gonna stay tuned with you because I'm hoping it's gonna be amazing. And I haven't officially broken my ban because no matter what birthday present comes, it's a birthday present from somebody else. So, we'll see. We'll see. I have my theories on what it will be. So it's a nice thing to stay kind of like tense for that for this month. Edda Elid, how you doing, Edda, sweetie? Also on the Chanel Price Miracle. Dacob, any chance you can give us a closer look of this small bag? I'm particularly curious as to how much will fit. I'm not a fan of huge bags, but I'm even more allergic to bags that hold close to nothing. Thanks for sharing this news. Dear Edda, I made a lot of videos on the timeless classic double flap small Chanel bag. Really, because I have it since 2 years now. So I made my what fits inside. I made my wear and tear. I made my review, my unboxing, like all those videos. It's just there's so many. I can't like list all of them. You could just like do research, on my channel and you'll find it. And they're fun videos on this bag. I might kind of do like another wear and tear like after 2 years time have passed. Well, actually they have passed in April. Wow, time flies, guys. Oof, time flies. Has the price increased in use? Or you mean USA? This is Dipsy Gandhi. Hi Dipsy Gandhi, how you doing? I think you meant in the USA. No. But the prices in the US are higher than in Europe, even after the price increase in Europe. It's still worth more purchasing a Chanel bag in Europe than it is in the States because they're still cheaper. So a price increase will hit the States sooner or later, But for now, I think a price increase did not happen in June 2017. D, how you doing, D, sweetie? Also on the Chanel Price Increase Miracle. Very appropriate for your birthday month. That's what I call channeling good energy. Like channeling good energy. But, yes, sweetie. D is our pun master. Yeah, that was channeling good energy for sure. All of these Chanel, oh my God, you love the Chanel videos, guys. Like I get like avalanche of comments on the Chanel videos. Oh, this is interesting. Joan Deeren or Deeren? I think it's Deeren. How you doing, Joan, sweetie? Joan is very disappointed with Chanel as of late. Joan always has very detailed comments under my videos stating exactly what is going wrong in the Chanel boutiques, how empty they are. So Joan is very passionate about telling us how amazing Chanel was in the 80s and 90s and how it's lacking its quality and luster today. And I appreciate Joan's comments very much, even though they're always on the negative side because there's a lot of disappointment in what this brand has become as juxtaposed to what it was in the past. But I get it. I get the frustration. I just try to kind of still see somewhere the glass half full rather than half empty. But here's a comment on the Chanel number 22 Eau de Toilette versus Eau de Parfum. Short video, I made a comparison, first impressions of the Eau de Parfum of Chanel number 22. As you guys know, do I have number 22 here somewhere? Here it is. One of the loves of my life, Chanel number 22, Eau de Toilette, and the pure extract, the Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is horrible. Heaven. So, number 22. Joan says, 22 now is a joke. I used to use it all the time in the 80s and 90s. You see what I mean? There's a lot of references of 80s and 90s. Then they changed it long ago and changed it again. Then pulled it and changed it some more. It doesn't even resemble what it was like. Resemble what it was like. Okay, maybe you want to say it was like similar to Cristal. I don't get the sentence. But anyway, you're also talking about Cristal. You also preferred Cristal in the 80s and 90s. One spritz of number 22 lasted the entire day. It smelled so French, powdery. And a few spritzes of Cristal was what all of us used to spray in our bedrooms. As soon as you walked into the room, it had the most glorious smell. These fragrances are not even remotely close. They have changed 1000%. Yes, I know, and it saddens me very much. They have changed. They have become a shadow of themselves. The Pure Parfum, however, is still incredible. If you can hunt down an eau de toilette, it's still amazing. This one turned, you see, in color with time. It became more ambery rich. It does become more dense with time. You also got to give it some time. This is an older batch, however, relatively older batch, 5801. It's still amazing. It's not as incensey as the 80s version, but I still love it to pieces. Jacques Paul's, in my modest opinion, masterfully reformulated number 22 eau de toilette. Olivier butchered it with the eau de parfum. Butchered it, literally. Oh, Joan, again. Hi, Joan. This is interesting. Let's do this one too. Their fragrances aren't selling well the way they did years ago. People say tastes are changing. Sorry, tastes are changing. But no one takes responsibility for Chanel changing their fragrances drastically. None of them smell the way they used to and really are quite different. I still buy them because they don't make me ill. Many fragrances make me nauseous. But I certainly don't buy many, and not as much, because the pleasure isn't there. I'm going to buy 24 Faubourg, Rue Faubourg 24 by Hermès, and I buy first by VCA. The more they fool with their fragrances, the less I buy. This is something I've heard a lot in the past. Like, a lot of people tell me that Chanel doesn't cause nausea. Like, a lot of perfumes just cause, they have cheap ingredients in them. A lot of perfumes cause headaches and stuff like that. Chanel fragrances are relatively clean when it comes to that, especially the Les Exclusives have more elegant ingredients. The eau de toilettes again. Eau de parfums, I avoid them altogether. But there was a time I had my issues with cocoa, with the eau de parfum and the eau de toilette. It did cause headache with me. Some ingredient in there, not that it was cheap, but it was just very powerful. That has kind of changed. Either I've changed or grown, or certain triggers or allergies are not there anymore. I don't know. But I'm loving cocoa so much right now. Where is it? I love my monolith cocoa bottle. This is like my favorite bottle of cocoa. It's a 60 ml eau de parfum. It's very majestic. Cocoa does not cause headaches anymore for me. But I get that a lot of fragrances do, especially from cheaper brands with cheaper ingredients, a lot of chemical ingredients. And it's similar to food. I mean, I know every perfume has some sort of artificial ingredient in there, but there are certain foods that are pure plastic and certain foods that are healthier for our bodies. So you got to think about that when you're purchasing fragrances as well. It's not just about the head notes. You got to wait for those bottom notes for the dry down, because when the dry down kicks in, that's when the fragrance shows its true face. That's when you can figure out if something is done cheaply or there's attention and love to detail put in there, and if the ingredients are up to par with what really is, quality. Because usually it's the bottom notes that cause the headaches if they're bad. Peter Corcoran, how you doing, Peter, sweetie? On my how to pronounce Bathing Ape and Nigo together with Hazuki Kato, the correct pronunciation in Japanese. So Peter tells us, Nigo translates to number 2. Number 1 being Hiroshi Fujiwara. As it was said, they looked alike in their younger days. Thank you so much for this bit of information. It's good to know. I did not know, but this is really good to know. So Nigo translates to number 2. Number 1 being Hiroshi Fujiwara. Hiroshi Fujiwara-san. Ozen, how you doing, Ozen, sweetie? On my Twin Peaks Season 3 Episode 5 video, did we learn where Ruth's body is? I can't remember. Maybe that's where Laura went. Interesting question. No, we do not know where Ruth's body went. At least I don't know it. Not so sure. No answer to that question yet. I hope we will find out soon, though. You never know. With David Lynch, you never know. But it's fun to be on that mystery ride of not knowing anything when you're on a David Lynch ride, for sure. Valerie, how you doing, Valerie, sweetie? on our most regretted purchases with Miss Lacey Noel. How you doing, Lacey, sweetie? Missing you. I feel that JEFFREE STAR is really a difficult person to understand. I also kind of have a love-hate relationship with him. LOL. I have a lot of his highlighters, and they are truly the best I have ever tried. I tell myself that when I buy products from other brands, I don't really know if the owner is a good person or what he or she does with her money. So it's more about the product for me than the person who is behind it. And at least his products are cruelty-free. I gotta give it to you. That's true. To each his own, you know. With a lot of designers, you know, Chanel, for example, with Coco Chanel, a lot of people, you know, believe a lot of the nasty stuff that's said about her from the past. With something from the past, I kind of tend not to judge because I haven't lived in that era. I haven't met the person personally. You could either choose to believe or not to believe certain stories or facts. But with JEFFREE, when I see him cut through a Chanel bag on a video, I see what's going on. It's not like I'm hearing about it 20 years later and I could either believe or not believe somebody who tells me that he did that without having a video as proof. I heard him say what he said, and I heard him do, and I saw him do what he did. And that just made me lose respect. So I always have that in mind when I see the cosmetics. And I don't want to purchase the cosmetics because I don't want to give money for it. But I get what you're saying. Quality above the moral, in a way. I respect that, even though that's not the way I tick. But I totally respect that you tick that way. And I get it. And if I loved something so much, I might perhaps also kind of find ways to accept the person fully, either way. But it's just so hard. It's just so hard because I love Chanel so much, you know. If you cut through a $5,000 bag like that, like if we're butter, I have the feeling you're also cutting through my money that I gave you by purchasing your products. Ultimately, with that money, you purchase that bag. So you're, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But I totally respect your opinion. I get it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been a fun channel talk video day. And I hope to see you very soon. If you haven't already, but do wish to, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Never give up on love, guys. See you soon. Take care. Bye.